Hello students, next we will try to understand complementary metal oxide semiconductor, the next type of TTL logic family. Now to understand CMOS, first we have to understand the MOS transistor. The MOS transistor is called as MOSFET. MOSFET stands for metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. This MOSFET is an example of unipolar transistor. Unipolar transistor, that means current conduction in this type of transistors is because of only one charge carrier, either electrons or holes. So MOSFET, we will try to understand depletion type MOSFET. All these things was there in 11th standard, and depending upon which is the majority charge carrier, that means the charge carrier because of which current will flow in this circuit, the MOSFET is further classified as N channel and P channel. Of course, if current conduction is because of electrons, then it will be N channel. If the current conduction is because of holes, then it will be P channel. So that is how the classification. We have to understand both because we have to use both the transistors in CMOS logic family. So suppose if you want, I will try to make you understand the designing and the working of the circuit. Basically we will be using these transistors as a switch. So suppose you're using an N channel, suppose you want to design an N channel MOSFET. See, what happens is when you design an N channel MOSFET, you take N type semiconductor. Of course, by now you know what exactly we mean by N type semiconductor. N type semiconductor means a semiconductor which has large amount of free electrons. Okay. Now the basic transistor which we have studied earlier has 3 terminal, emitter, base, collector, whereas MOSFET has 4 terminals. Now the 2 terminals are named as, these 2 terminals are named as source and this is drain, because the electrons will move from source and it will get drained in this terminal, therefore it is drain, source and drain. On one side of this N-type semiconductor, we form a PN junction diode. That means we dope, if it is already N, then we will dope trivalent impurity to form a P region, and the terminal which is taken out of that will be called as substrate. And this substrate is always internally connected with the source, always. On the other side of this is a semiconductor layer. Over a semiconductor layer we put an oxide layer. Generally the oxide layer is SiO2, okay, silicon dioxide, and over that we will have a metal deposition, and we take one terminal out of it. This terminal is called as gate. Okay, so now this is metal, this is oxide, and this is semiconductor, metal oxide semiconductor, MOSFET, right? So that is how the name has been derived. Now this metal acts as one plate of the capacitor, the semiconductor acts as one plate of the capacitor, and the silicon dioxide acts as a dielectric. That means this entire MOS it forms nothing but a capacitor. It forms a capacitor. It acts as a capacitor. Okay, so where we can store charge, whatever polarity we connect, the charge of that polarity will be accumulated at this point. Okay, so now let's say initially we will apply a voltage between source and drain so that current flows from source to drain. So now see, current will be because of the electrons, so electrons has to be repelled from this terminal and get attracted by this terminal. So source should be connected, in this case should be negative, and drain should be connected to positive. So plus minus, and this potential is applied between drain and source, therefore it is called as VDS. As soon as this potential applies, negative terminal will repel electrons, electrons will move towards the drain, constituting current IDS. Now the current which is flowing through the transistor will be controlled by the external field applied between gate and source. Okay, so that is why it is called as FET, field effect transistor. MOSFET, field effect transistor. The external field which you apply will affect the current which is flowing through the transistor. Here we are using the transistor as a switch. Either the current has to be completely flowing in the transistor, or there should not be any current should be flowing. So that type of polarity has to be applied. So now, as you have already understood that this MOS, metal oxide semiconductor form, acts as a capacitor which will be storing charge. So now let us connect a polarity. Okay, so between source and drain, initially I will connect, if it is N channel, I will connect negative to the gate terminal. So negative, positive, and this potential is called as VGS because we have applied this potential between gate and source terminal. Okay, so initially say when VGS equals to 0, that means the switch is open. Let's say we keep the switch open, that means no polarity is connected between gate and source. At this point what happens is, this, because of VDS, all these electrons will move towards drain, that means IDS will be maximum. There is no external potential. Okay, so there is no opposition to these electrons which is moving from source to drain, so IDS will be maximum. The electrons will move from source to drain. Now as soon as I connect this switch, what happens is negative polarity is applied to the metal oxide semiconductor which forms a capacitor. So some negative charge will accumulate near the capacitor, and this negative charge will repel the electrons which is moving from the source to drain. That means few electrons which were moving from source to drain will now move, instead of moving towards drain, they will move towards the P channel because of the repulsion of these electrons. Now this PN junction, what happens is P is connected to positive, N is connected to negative. That means this PN junction is forward biased, and you know, in forward bias the resistance of the junction will be very small. That means electrons will enter into P region and get attracted by the positive terminal. That means what happens is, now before switching on this particular point, all the electrons were moving to the drain, but now few electrons are moving towards drain, few electrons are moving towards the substrate. So that means IDS decreases. So when VGS increases, IDS decreases, and when VGS is maximum, that means full potential is applied, large amount of electrons will be accumulating in the capacitor formed by MOS. Now all the electrons which were moving towards the drain now will move towards the PN junction. That means no charge carrier will move from source to drain. That means IDS, the current which is flowing, will be 0. So we conclude that for N channel, when you apply negative potential, the transistor, what happens when negative potential is applied, current stops flowing from source to drain. That means the transistor is in off state. Okay, let us do the same thing now. If suppose we change the polarity, now what happens if you change the polarity? Say gate terminal is connected to positive, negative, positive, negative. So this is minus, this is plus. As soon as this polarity is applied, positive charge will accumulate near the capacitor, and this PN junction becomes reverse bias. So if reverse bias, current cannot flow like this to the PN junction. That means charge carrier cannot go into PN junction because the resistance will be very high for the junction, and electrons cannot move. You can say, sir, if it is a positive terminal, electrons can attract at this point, but it will be a dielectric between there. There is an insulator, so the charge carrier cannot move like this to the positive terminal. So the only path left for this charge carrier is to move towards the drain. So actually this positive terminal near the capacitor accelerates the electron towards the drain. That means current increases, IDS will increase. That means if for the same N channel, if you apply positive terminal, then the current will flow through the transistor. Heavy amount of current will flow through the transistor, and the transistor will be said to be working in on state. Now let us try to understand the working of P-channel MOSFET. So now if you want to design a P-channel, you have to take a P-type semiconductor, a semiconductor which has large amount of holes in it. Okay, P-type semiconductor. The two terminal will be named as source and drain, because the charge carrier will move from source towards drain. On the other side, we will form a PN junction. Now already P-type is there, so we will dope pentavalent impurity so that N region is formed, and this terminal is called as substrate. And substrate is always internally connected with source. On the other side, on the opposite side of the substrate, over the semiconductor layer, we form an oxide layer. The oxide will be SiO2, over which there will be a metal deposition, and a terminal will be taken out called as gate. So this metal oxide semiconductor forms a capacitor. Okay, now we will apply a polarity between source and drain so that current flows from source to drain. So for this, holes has to be repelled from the source terminal and it has to move towards drain. So source connected to positive and drain connected to negative. This potential is called as VDS, that means drain to source voltage. And when such a polarity is applied, holes will be repelled by the positive terminal and get attracted towards drain and will move towards negative terminal. That means charge carrier will flow from source to drain. That will constitute IDS, drain to source current. So, and of course this current will be controlled by the external field applied between gate and source. So let initially with a switch we connect gate terminal to positive. For P channel, let us initially start with positive. So plus minus, this potential is called as VGS. So when the switch is open, that means VGS equals to 0. When VGS is equal to 0, there is no opposition to the charge carrier which is flowing from source to drain. All the charge carrier will move from source to drain. That means at this point IDS will be maximum. When you start applying VGS, that means when you switch on, positive charge will accumulate around the capacitor formed by metal oxide semiconductor. This positive charge will repel the holes which are moving from source to drain. So few of the holes, instead of moving towards drain, they will move towards the substrate. N connected to negative, P connected to positive. That means this PN junction is forward bias, so holes will enter into N region and get attracted by the negative terminal of the battery. That means now not all the holes are moving towards drain. That means IDS will decrease, and when VGS is maximum, large amount of holes, large amount of positive charge will accumulate in the capacitor. Therefore all the charge carrier will move towards the PN junction instead of drain, and we say IDS will become 0. So for a P channel, what we have done is we have applied positive terminal to the gate. When positive terminal is applied to the gate, the P channel will be off. Similarly, if you apply negative terminal, for P channel will be on. So the explanation which I gave you was in 11th standard. This is not very important for us with respect to the board exams. This is not there. We have to just remember this thing. that for N channel, if you give negative potential, it will be off. N channel given positive, on. P channel negative, on. P channel positive, off. And in digital electronics, any positive number will be considered as 1, any negative number will be considered as 0. So for negative, we will consider it to be 0. For positive, we will consider it to be 1. So for N channel transistor, when you give 0, it will be off. Whereas for P channel, it will be on. And when you give 1, N channel will be on, P channel will be off. That is what you have to remember from all these things. This circuit, it's not there in your 12th standard. It was in the 11th standard, but we have to understand CMOS logic family. That's why I have explained you. So this is what we have to. Now the symbolic representation of N channel and P channel. See, you draw 3 lines, 1, 2, 3. The first terminal is source, which is always internally connected with substrate, and the next terminal will be drain. And in front of substrate, you have here gate terminal. So gate, source, substrate and drain. Exactly on the same lines for P channel, source connected to substrate, in front of substrate you have gate and then drain terminal. So this is drain, substrate, source and gate. For N channel, the arrow mark will be inward. For P channel, the arrow mark will be outward. That's all we have to remember. The arrow mark, if the arrow mark is inward, it is N channel. If the arrow mark is outward, it will be P channel. So if you can remember this symbolic representation and this operation of N channel and P channel, we will be easily able to construct and design CMOS NAND gate, CMOS NOR gate, CMOS NOT gate. Next, let us try to understand CMOS NAND gate. Before going to the circuit diagram, just refresh ourselves with the symbolic representation, truth table of NAND gate. NAND gate is nothing but inverse of multiplication. So inverse of AND gate, and AND gate amounts for multiplication. So it will be inverse of multiplication. 0 multiplied by 0, 0 inverse 1, 0 multiplied by 1, 0 inverse 1, 1 multiplied by 0, 0 inverse 1, 1 multiplied by 1 is 0 inverse, 1 multiplied by 1 is 1 inverse 0. So this is the output of the NAND gate. This is what is expected from the circuit which we are going to design. Let us see if that happens or not. Now for CMOS NAND gate, what you have to do is, don't remember the circuit. The circuit becomes very difficult if you remember and go and draw it in the circuit in the exam. Go by the hint which I am going to provide. See, for CMOS NAND gate, 2 P channel in parallel. That means you have to connect 2 P channel in parallel and 2 N channel in series. This has to be remembered. Okay, 2 P channel in parallel and 2 N channel in series. Of course, this has to be connected between a positive terminal and ground. That means power supply and ground. So positive supply, let us say plus VCC. Now as 2 P channel in parallel, we have to bifurcate the terminal, 2 terminals. What is the symbolic representation of P channel? See, it will be source internally connected to substrate, below the substrate we write drain, in front of substrate we draw gate. Similarly, source connected to substrate, drain, in front of substrate there will be gate terminal. As it is parallel, it will be connected point to point, and these two are P channels. P channel means arrow mark outward. Okay, let this be transistor Q3 and Q4. These both are P channel. So we have drawn 2 P channel in parallel, then 2 N channel in series. So source connected to substrate, drain and then the gate terminal. Okay, let's say this is Q1, this is N channel, so arrow mark will be inward towards the substrate. Now as two N channels are connected in series, the drain of the first will directly be connected to the source of the next. So source internally connected to substrate, substrate is connected to substrate के नीचे drain, and in front of substrate there will be the gate terminal. Okay, again this is the Q2, this is again N channel, so arrow mark will be inward. So two P channel connected in parallel, two N channel connected in series, and this entire thing will be connected between a positive supply and ground, and you have to take the output between two P channel and two N channel. So this is the point where you will take the output. In this CMOS, C stands for complementary. Complementary means when you connect the transistors, one P channel and one N channel should be connected together. So let's say this is the terminal A, Q3 is connected to Q1, one P channel and one N channel is connected together, and one terminal is taken out, that is A. Similarly, say this is B and Q4 be connected to Q2. So Q2 is N channel, Q4 is P channel. So one P channel and N channel is connected together, and one more terminal is taken out. The terminal is B. So A, whatever be the condition which we are going at A and B, accordingly the output will change. Let us try to understand by using truth table. So truth table. A, B, Q3, Q4, Q1, Q2. Q3, Q4 both are P channel, Q1, Q2 both are N channel. Okay, so if you give 0 to A and B, now you see what happens when you give 0. When you give 0, N channels are off, P channels are on. That means both Q3 and Q4 will be on, Q1 and Q2 both will be off. Okay, next we make A equals to 0, B equals to 1. The second condition, A is 0, B is 1. So what are the transistors which are connected to A? Q3 and Q1, and we haven't changed A, so Q3 and Q1 will remain as it is. Q3 will be on, Q1 will be off. But now B has changed from 0 to 1, so the condition will change for Q4 and Q2. So Q4 will now be off, Q2 will be now be on. Next, A1, B0. So when A is 1 and B is 0, see, it is the opposite condition of the second one, 0 and 1, 1, 0. So all this condition will change, off, on, off. And last condition, 1, 1, this condition is exactly opposite to that first condition. So it will be off, on. And now let us try to design or decide what exactly Y is. To understand the circuit more easily, I will draw the circuit in the form of switch, just for your understanding. In exam you will draw this circuit only. So this is the positive supply, two transistors connected in parallel which are acting as a switch, and two transistors connected in series. This is Y, this is Q3, Q4, Q1, Q2. Now check the first condition, Q3 and Q4 both are on, whereas Q1 and Q2 both are off. So what happens to Y? Y cannot be connected to ground as the switch are open. Y can be connected to plus VCC because both the switches are on. So Y gets connected to plus VCC, and plus VCC means any higher positive voltage which will be considered as 1. Next, Q3 is on, Q4 is off. Okay, and Q1 is off but Q2 is on. As these two switches are connected in series, if any one of the switch is open, Y cannot be connected to ground. But as these two switches are connected in parallel, if any one of the switch is on, Y gets connected to plus VCC. Therefore Y will be equal to 1. Next, Q3 is off, Q4 is on, Q1 is on, Q2 is off. Again, as they are connected in series, the path is broken, Y cannot be connected to ground, and in these two are there, as they are in parallel, Y gets connected to plus VCC through Q4, so Y will be equal to 1. And in last case, both Q3 and Q4 is off, Q1 and Q2 is on. So as Q3 and Q4 both are off, Y cannot be connected to plus VCC, and as Q1 and Q2 both are on, Y gets connected to ground. Ground potential means 0, and 0 volt means 0 in digital, so the output will be 0. So the output of this circuit will be 1 1 1 0, which is similar to the NAND gate circuit. That means the circuit will work as NAND gate. So this is CMOS NAND gate logic family. The next circuit is CMOS NOR gate. Okay, before going to the circuit diagram, let us refresh ourselves with the truth table of a NOR gate. NOR gate is opposite of OR amounts for addition, so it will be inverse of addition. So 0 plus 0 0, 0 inverse 1, 0 plus 1 1, 1 inverse 0, 1 plus 0 1 inverse 0, 1 plus 1 1. Of course, in OR logic 1 plus 1 is 1, and the inverse will be 0. So this is the output of a NOR gate. So let us design a circuit and try to understand if that circuit works exactly similar to what NOR gate is or not. In this case, again I will give you a hint. CMOS NOR gate, 2 P channel should be connected in series and 2 N channel in parallel. So it is almost exactly opposite to that of CMOS NAND gate. Again, this entire thing has to be designed between a positive terminal and ground. So now we will start with the positive terminal. 2 P channel in series. So we'll start with, again, source connected to substrate. In front of substrate there will be a gate terminal and then drain. As it is connected in series, drain of first will directly be connected to source of second. Source is connected to substrate. In front of substrate you have gate terminal, and then you have drain. Now these two are P channels, so arrow mark will be outward. Let this be Q4, let this be Q3, both are P channel. Okay, then 2 N channel in parallel, so we bifurcate the terminals. Okay, again source internally connected to substrate. In front of substrate gate and then drain. Again source internally connected to substrate. In front of substrate there is gate and then there is drain terminal. They go common parallel and then it is connected to ground. So these both are N channels, so arrow mark will be inward. Let this be Q1, Q2, both are N channel. And again, as the name indicates, complementary, we have to connect 1 P channel and 1 N channel. As in case of CMOS NAND gate, I will connect Q3 and Q1 together. Q3 and Q1 together, let this be terminal A, and Q4 and Q2 together, and let this be terminal B. If I do that, these conditions will remain the same. Okay, this condition will remains the same if you connect Q3 and Q1 and Q4 and Q2. So all these conditions will remain same. Let us now try to understand, using truth table, the operation of this circuit. Again, as I said, I will draw a simplified diagram so that you can understand. 2 switches connected in series and then 2 switches connected in parallel between positive terminal and ground. Output will be taken between these two. So this is Q3, Q4, Q1, Q2. Now in the first case, both Q3 and Q4 is on and both Q1 and Q2 is off. So Y gets connected to, of course, switches are open, Y cannot be connected to ground. Y will be connected to plus VCC. Output Y will be equal to 1. In the second case, Q3 is on but Q4 is off, and Q1 is off but Q2 is on. Now what happens is, as Q3 and Q4 are connected in series, if any one of the switch is open, Y cannot be connected to plus VCC, And as Q1 and Q2 are connected in parallel, if any one of the switch is on, Y can get connected to ground. So Y gets connected to ground through Q2. So Y will be equal to 0. Next, Q3 is off, Q4 is on, Q1 is on, Q2 is off. Of course, Y cannot be connected to plus VCC, but Y gets connected to ground through Q1. So output Y will be equal to 0. And last, both Q3 and Q4 is off, both Q1 and Q2 is on, so Y gets connected to ground. Either it can be through both Q1 as well as Q2. So Y gets connected to ground, so output Y will be equal to 0. So output Y is 1 0 0 0, which is nothing but the truth table of CMOS NOR gate. So this circuit diagram is for CMOS NOR gate logic family. I hope you have understood. The last one in the CMOS logic family will be CMOS NOT gate. CMOS NOT gate. So of course, if you remember, NOT gate has only one input and one output. So the hint for this is one P channel and one N channel connected in series. That's all. One P channel and one N channel connected in series between positive and ground, and between these two we have to take the output terminal. So before going to that, let us try to refresh ourselves with the truth table of NOT gate. NOT gate has only only one input, and the two variables will be for 0 and 1. When you give 0, you get 1. When you give 1, you get 0 at the output. So now let us try to understand the construction part. Positive, as I said, one P channel and one N channel connected in series. Source, substrate, drain, series. So this drain will get connected to source of the next, source connected to substrate, and drain connected to ground. So in front of substrate we draw the gate terminal. Okay, now the first one is P channel, arrow mark outward. The second one will be N channel, arrow mark will be inward. Let this be Q1, let this be Q2, this is P, this is N. Connect this P channel and N channel together. Let this terminal be A, and between this P channel and N channel the output Y. Okay, again let us draw the simplified diagram. This is the positive supply. Two switches are connected in series. Between these two there will be output Y. This is your Q1, this is your Q2. Okay, so let's say Q1, Q2, Y. Q1 is P channel, Q2 is N channel. So 0 given to P channel, Q on, and N channel off. Whereas when you give A as 1 given to P channel will be off, N channel will be on. So the first case, Q1 is on, Q2 is off. That means Y cannot be connected to ground, but Y can be connected to plus VCC. Y will be equal to 1. And when in the second case, when A is 1, Q1 is off, Q2 is on. Y cannot be connected to plus VCC. Y gets connected to ground. Output Y equals to 0. So this is construction and working of CMOS NOT gate. So this is all about CMOS logic family. I hope you have understood.